What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Verdependent podcast, where we depend on the Verde and Black for our everyday vibes. This episode is sponsored by AC Memento. AC Memento, your digital sports and concert scrapbook. This week, we're recapping Austin's first win of the season against DC United, previewing the Charlotte match away, and spend the rest of the episode loving on the ladies because it is March, aka International Women's Month. And we got a lot of ball to talk about before closing out the episode, as always, with a stoppage time rundown of the hottest Austin FC, MLS, and World Footy storylines of the past week. I'm Paul Fletes.
And I'm Logan Bartlett.
I got through that. I stumbled a little bit, but there was just so much that we're going to talk about. And I was like, oh, snap, I'm tripping. But trip no more, I will, because we're on to familiar territory with our preheated takes. And as always, Lobar, be our guest. What you got?
I'm calling that Facundo Torres scores his first goal for Austin FC this weekend at Charlotte. I think he's been peppering the goal a little bit. He's feeling confident, creating opportunities for the team, and he knows or he wants to get one. So I think it happens this weekend.
Yeah, a little former Eastern Conference kind of vibe, right? It's like putting a water Pokemon back in the ocean type vibe.
Exactly.
Like,
let him once, I'll do it again.
Let him cook. Cool, man. Yeah, I know for mine, I've got the man of the hour, Christian Ramirez. I've got him getting to 5 goals in all comps. So this is MLS. This is, oh my gosh, why am I tripping? Open Cup. And I think that's about it, really. But considering that there might be a little bit of rotation, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he notches 5 before MLS All-Star Weekend in July, which I think is also being hosted in Charlotte. Is that right?
That sounds right. It's all
yeah. My fault for putting you on the spot like that, but I'm pretty sure I saw that they are hosting this year. Or maybe we're both off. It's fine. But regardless, what's super fine is Austin's first 3 points of the season against DC United. Let's go ahead and recap that now. So Sunday was a great midday outing for the Verde and Black, as DC United hoped to notch a W against us, but ultimately failed because Jared Stroud is bad at soccer. That's all I wanted to say, is he's bad at soccer, and Christian Ramirez is him. Thank you. That's the episode, folks. Just kidding. But to get it started, Austin retained much of the same formation and lineup as match day 1, with Guilherme Biru in for Jean Kulmanich being the only change to the 11. Early on, we seemed eager to start on the front foot, as we had 3 corners in about 13 minutes, 9 shots total in the first half, and some good moments that could have led to a more lopsided result. So I left it pretty open in general there for you to hop in, Lobar. What did you like about that result?
Yeah, I think the aggressiveness early on for about like the first 30 minutes or so, the team was had their foot on the pedal. They were going after goal. That string of corners that you talked about in the first 13 minutes or so, I think that fed a lot of energy in the team to keep trying DC in different ways, corners, free kicks, quick turns of possession, cutting it from the wing, get it to your star players, let them cook. We were trying a lot of different things, which I thought was good. It was a good way to try to break a team that was already on the back foot at that point. We were unfortunate not to get a goal. I remember you texting and saying, is this the Sean Johnson game? Is this his big game of the year where he just blocks everything? And it felt that way for a long time.
Yeah.
I think
up until minute 80 or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. I think I wasn't too mad at kind of the lull in the middle of the game, the middle third plus of the game. Like, there wasn't much going on offensively. We were trying some things, kind of just sitting on possession and then ceding possession and just seeing what worked. I wasn't mad at it in hindsight, given the result. We got the subs in. We took advantage of the chances that were created. What I was more happy with is that we didn't break. Right, there was a lot. The commentators were talking a lot about how, Austin FC has definitely been the better team, but DC United just won't give in. They're just not giving in. They're staying in this game somehow. They're staying gritty. They're not letting goals in. And I think it was good to see that continuation from last year, like how good the defense was at times, not letting those moments bite us in the ass, where we get getting frustrated because we can't score goals and we start doing shit we shouldn't, and all of a sudden we give up an easy goal that we shouldn't have. So I was glad to see we didn't let that get the best of us, and we earned the win. So I felt good about the overall performance. We want
Yeah.
more shots, sure, but if you
I
want
mean,
to take,
I wouldn't say that the shots needed to. I mean, sure, we could always take more shots, but I was actually happy with the number for this game specifically. Um, but I think I'm curious to hear if there were any like standout players or sequences that you can remember from this game that you wanted to shout out at this time.
well, I think the obviously the like you said, the man of the hour, Christian Ramirez. We didn't even get a chance to talk about him because he got signed on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, and then all of a sudden he's coming in and getting the game winner. You could just feel the vibe when he comes in, like, huh, it's going to be one of those moments, isn't it? Where a guy
Yep.
15 minutes into his career here gets a game winner, and it was good to see that. Um, I thought Svatak had a gritty game. He had a good game. I think we'll get to this a little bit more, but like I said,
Mhm.
that middle third of the game was a little just messy across the board,
Yep.
and I thought he did a good job of making sure the defense didn't break.
Heard.
Also, he got kicked in the face by his own teammate, so
Yeah.
with giant cut on his face. He probably got stitches, I would imagine. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was just a classic gritty Svatak performance where he's trying crazy kicks and stopping fast breaks and getting physical. So,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
yep.
No, I agree with a lot of that. I think for me, it was a lot of just the specifics in terms of like how quick we were able to get in the attacking third. It was kind of a testament to what Nico was talking about at the after the first match day. Hold on, I really have to cough on this one. My fault.
Do it. You're good.
Oh my goodness. No mute. My bad. Um, but anyway, sorry. What I was trying to say there was that like we continued that folks will call it verticality or what have you, and to see that on a back to back, kind of uh, cadence was really promising. And so I know despite us being down, our star striker in BV9 without Owen Wolf, I think to see the team being able to continue to like gel in that way, I think it's going to bode really well for the rest of the season. So that's exciting there. On the critical side of the tape, though, as you were saying, kind of especially in that middle third of the game, Austin felt like, or it looked like they were making a mess of things, especially in that second half. Specifically, I can point to like Danny P. Not being very clinical with his passing. He did have some moments there that kind of redeemed that, but I did kind of expect a little bit more from his second half. And then Rosales, I think, for all the dynamic movement, still feels out of place. Which shocker because he is out of place right now. And then Uzuni for all the shekels that were given him. It's just like broken hustle with the spirit of 10 men, but like he's not producing in front of goal the way we want. And so,
Right.
all that to say, I have my thoughts, but Lobar, what do you think you wanted to see done a little bit differently against DC?
I think the point about Uzuni is interesting because just kind of running my brain back to watching the game, there was a huge stretch of the game where you kind of forget Uzuni's there. Like you said, he's running around, he's hustling, but he doesn't touch the ball almost ever.
Yeah.
And it's one of those curious things about this team historically now where the striker just is not actively in the game plan, in the build up, in anything.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I could think of consistently that was tactically a part of a build up is like Musajite. Because you could hit it to him long, he's gonna box everyone out, he gets the ball, he lays it off, and
Mm-hmm.
that worked. But I don't think there was stretches with Maxi Ruti, of course, where he's playing off Teresi well, but just we never have seemed to click with our nine, and like really
Yep.
make them an intentional and deliberate part of build up and a target
Yeah.
for the last ball. And so it just brings up that age old question with Uzuni now that like where does he fit on this team? If it's Brandon Vasquez, is he getting the ball more? Are we playing long to him for hold up play and laying it off and
Yeah.
looking for his head on crosses more, or what's the plan there?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem to be the target man on any cross. He doesn't seem to be. Nobody seems to be trying to feed him, other than long balls through the middle.
Yeah, over the
So
top.
far this
Mm-hmm.
season,
Yeah.
he's not making. He's not being targeted for back post runs on crosses in space. It's just kind of what are you doing other than sprinting your ass off, which is
Yeah.
good. He's hustling and he doesn't seem to be um, perturbed by that, but still, it's just brings up those same questions of how does this guy fit in when BB9's here? What is do we play through him on the wing at all? Do we go dual striker with him BB9? How does this all work?
Yeah.
Maybe he looks better with another big striker next to him who he can play off of
Mm-hmm.
and get those second balls and make a mess of things. But it just I don't know how that solves itself.
No, that's facts, man. That's facts. I think again, always pointing back to the price tag, right? And I think for me, what hurts a little bit more is that um, I think folks that did look into his stats a little bit, coming from La Liga Dos, where he seemed to struggle in his first year at Granada, but then the second year kind of lit it up, and I'm pretty sure that was the year that they were promoted to
That sounds right.
the first division there in Spain, and yeah, like lights it up, right? And so it's like, okay, like the second year is usually Izuni's like breakout year, and maybe it's just going to take a little bit of time for him to kick on. But from what I'm seeing now, it's still a little bit of that lack of composure in that final third, especially inside the box. Like I know there was that moment where he had a ball kind of break right in front of Johnson, and
Mhm.
in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like just backheel this, and then
Yes,
you
that's
five
what I think.
hole, you meg Sean Johnson, you get your second goal of the season, and we're off. But like I think he kind of overcalculated a little bit, and then the rest of the defense was able to kind of shoo him out of the way. But all that to say, man, is I think I'm really having to dig into my critical hat here. I think I still really appreciated the performance that I saw. I know it was a little bit gritty, but sometimes the gritty ones, have to happen in order for you to get your 3 points at home.
Exactly.
And so we get it done. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about more on Ramirez or on any other of the players?
No, it's still just it's heartening to see us get points early in the season while we're clearly still figuring things out. You know,
Yeah.
I think it bodes well for us that we're able to try so many different t- uh, methods of getting the ball in the final third and creating opportunities. And I think we'll continue to be dangerous on corners. We'll continue to be creative on set pieces. I think once those long balls from over the top start landing more consistently, you'll see
Mm-hmm.
Uzuni get more comfortable. You'll see Torres being, um, you know, dangerous in space more often and creating
Yeah.
opportunity. And I think it is good to see that diversity of attack. So that's something that is new for Esteves, and I like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
that bodes well with BB9 coming back soon, with Owen Wolf coming back soon, with Dessler coming back soon. All guys who are focal points of the offense or the build up to the offense. So, um, yeah, I'm excited to see how it all plays out, and I hope it doesn't revert back to, just simplicity in the worst way. You know,
For
um,
sure.
so
Yeah, I think if there's anything to say about that, though, what I can appreciate about Nico and how he's kind of bringing this roster um, into form is that like there are levels to the way that we build out and the way that the defense specifically, I think carrying over from last season where it's like, yeah, man, this is a tough back line to break down. But we can also hit you with a lot of different ways of distributing the ball, right?
yeah,
And so it's looking good, man. And so I think this is a great way to head over into our preview of the Charlotte game
yep,
next, or actually tomorrow. Is that right? I'm pretty sure
for the
it's the
listener, yeah,
Saturday kick. Yeah. For the listener. And so, yeah, looking ahead, we've got Charlotte FC hosting their first home game of the season against Austin FC. So we are looking to play spoiler a bit. I know they have yet to win this season. I think they had a draw against St. Louis and then a loss against LA Galaxy, a nasty 3-0. So I think they are looking like they need to prove something of themselves, right? Especially against the home crowd. But we've done it before. We've played Party Pooper. That was where Danny had a really nice goal a couple seasons back. And so, yeah. What are you looking for against this opponent specifically? Like what's your
Yeah.
vibe?
I mean, they're on paper they're a good team. They have good
Mm-hmm.
players, right? They have Kalina in goal. They have Pet Beal, who was a sneaky dark horse MVP candidate near the end of the year last year.
Yep.
They got Tim Ream, right? De La Torre, U.S. men's national team, old guys. They got Zaha. So I mean, they have good players. They even have what's his face, Abada, Lial Abada off the bench. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of a spot starter and who can create off the bench. So by no means do I think this is a shoe in. I think it is um, good to see the LA Galaxy go result and look at that and be like, okay, if we can do anything of that nature, we should be in a good spot. And so far, our offense is looking dangerous enough,
Formidable. Yeah.
where we can create moments where we break out and score goals. Do we have that Joao Klaus level of finisher? Maybe.
Start
Together.
Ramirez and we do, bro. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, right, exactly. But they're still a decent team. This is their first home game. They're going to look to right the ship quick to start
Mm-hmm.
off a 5-game home stretch. So,
Yeah.
they're not a guaranteed win. It's another
Yeah.
bonus game. You try to make the best of it. If we get a draw out of this, I feel good. Especially if we score a goal or two. If we
Yeah.
get a win, I feel great. But I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte comes out hot. Trying to right their season early. So
I hear that. Yeah, I think I always forget that they picked up Will Zaha last season or the season before, but he was always such a fun player to watch in the Prem when he was at Crystal Palace because, I mean, he was one of those smooth wingers that I was just like, God damn, man, like
yeah,
how's your goal count not higher, but
for sure.
I guess it translates differently in different leagues. But all that to say, I agree with you, man. I think they're a little bit more put together than DC is this season, at least from a roster construction point of view.
Yeah, they have some consistency, right?
Exactly. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, they made the playoffs last year, right? Like, so it's like they're not bottom of the barrel East, and so this should be a good first test. I would say that they're not at the level that like Minnesota is, because like I think Minnesota has shown that they can scrap with anyone.
Yeah,
Top, towards the west, or excuse me, towards the top of the West. So I think this is a good kind of middle ground and seeing where we can cut our teeth here. It'll be good. I'm tempted to see if we get any Dessler action. I know he should be available. If I heard the press conference correctly, Nico was mentioning that he should be available for the Saturday.
yeah,
But I'm curious to see if he's going to get, maybe a half to run out or maybe just 30 minutes. But he's one that I'm looking for because I know he adds a lot. Dessler adds a lot of depth to our back line. And so if we
sure.
can add him and kind of give, Galley a spell and all that good stuff, I think wouldn't hurt. But
Yeah,
yeah, man, I think for me, if we consistently do what we're doing these past two matches, I'm going to be happy with what you were saying, which is a tie for the point, or especially if we get the 3 on the road, it's going to feel good.
yep.
So why don't we go ahead and get our predictions in and get that
I
squared
think
off?
I would be very happy with a 2-1 win. I think that could be realistic. I don't see Charlotte getting shut out in their first home game. They just have
Mm-hmm.
they have too many good players to not create enough chances to break through our defense.
Yeah.
Now, if we get a shutout, I don't know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Like it's
Right.
nobody needs ball. Here we are.
Yeah.
But I just see the names, and I'm reminded of how the quality that this team can bring. And last season,
Hmm.
Kalina is a goalkeeper of the year candidate. Like
Yep.
he's that talented. So they have some of the most talented players on any pitch they're on. Just can they put it together? So
Yeah.
I'd be cool with a 2-1 win, 1-1 draw. I think that's where we're trending.
I like that. I'll +1 your 2-1. But as long as they're, I don't know, man. Pep Beal is on our best ball team, so it would be really cool for him to kind of go off, but we still get the 3 points, the best of both worlds there.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 2-1. Um, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a showering of goals necessarily, but
Right.
the way we've been going on corners, though, I feel good about it. I think if we can get one in early on off of a corner, it's going to be watch out, boys. It's going
Yes,
to be
sir.
good. But yeah,
I want to plug
um,
before we end. I want to plug the excuse me, the first watch party of the season.
yeah.
So obviously our homies over at LV Los Verdes are hosting a watch party for all away games this year, starting with the away game at Charlotte.
Hmm.
So Saturday you can go out to Hop Squad. The party starts at 5 p.m. Kickoffs at 6:30 p.m.
Hmm.
It's all ages, dog friendly. There's free parking on site, and just next door on the other side of the fence, toward to the west towards Q2, they have tacos and food trucks and merch sales and whatnot. Um, and they're selling $5 beers during the game. So
Let's get it.
get out to Hop Squad, meet up with your LB homies. We'll try to be there.
Hmm.
Grab a cheap beer, watch a good game, feel the Austin FC vibes for the first away game of the year.
Should be
Be
good, man.
missing
Should be
you there,
good.
Paul.
Yeah. And the last thing I was going to add to that is the weather. So just keep an eye out on the forecast.
Don't be
But
scared.
obviously, Hop Squad has the indoor space as well. So, like
Hey,
Lobar said, don't be scared. Just bring that umbrella, and yeah, come out, have a good time.
yes, sir.
Well, I wanted to make sure that we gave enough time to the women's ball. And so our halftime segment will be devoted to all of the international women's play that's going on right now. Starting right here at home in the U.S. with She Believes Cup, which has the U.S., Canada, Colombia, and Argentina vying for that title there for this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, the U.S. is on top after just beating Canada 1-0. And prior to that, they dispatched Argentina 2-0. And so I think the last game for them will be on Friday, March 6th, and that is against Colombia, which Chelsea's Maya Ramirez is going to be on that team. So should be good.
Yeah.
And then, yeah,
Top
go
of
ahead.
I was going to say, just top of the table, undefeated. We get this win, it's ours. It's over. Nice and
Yeah.
easy. So
Yeah.
even
Feels
if you
good.
draw, it's over. So
Right.
don't lose.
And I think I was going to say, I know for the US and Canada specifically, since they're ranked up there in the FIFA rankings, they don't necessarily have to worry about any kind of qualification for the Women's World Cup in 27, but they will be a part of the CONCACAF W Championship qualification tournament or whatever that happens in the fall. So there's that to look forward to. But yeah, moving on over across the Atlantic, we've got WAFCON, which literally just before we hit record, we discovered that they are postponing the women's AFCON qualifiers just 12 days before kickoff. So they were set to play earlier this month, and I guess there was a little bit of a scare with Morocco hosting the third edition of the finals. But yeah, I hope everything's fine, and I'm sure just a little bit more looking into it, we'll figure out why that
Yeah.
why that is.
Right. Yeah. It gives teams a few more months to plan,
Yeah,
seasons to start back up or wrap up. and
Mm-hmm.
fitness to be assessed. And
And I think
but
you mentioned off air there's like was it in July, so that's gonna
yeah, so I
kind
think
of
it's
conflict.
literally right after the World Cup ends. They
Heard.
play. It's like the last week of July through August or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
but yeah,
Hell yeah.
it definitely adds some uncertainty because it should have been decided in just a few weeks, and now they
Right.
got until just a year before the World Cup kicks off. So,
Hell yeah, man. As it is, but looking abroad elsewhere in Asia, well, you might know this name, Lobar, but Sam Kerr,
yes, sir.
Chelsea legend herself,
Yep.
lifts the Matildas 1-0 past the Philippines in the opening match of the Asia Cup qualifiers. So shout out Sam Kerr and the Matildas there. I think still going on. I think
Yeah,
they're
they
wrapping
handled
up.
Iran 4-0 today. Um, actually, so they're undefeated so far, 6 points,
Hell yeah.
tied with South Korea, who's the only other undefeated team. So they'll play
That's
next.
right. That's right. And there's another Chelsea blue for the Tildas, right? I think it's oh my gosh, L why am I tripping? L Australia. Oh man, I'm blanking on this. I'm gonna be so upset because when I go to Instagram and I see her story, it's gonna be like, oh, pff, of course. But anyway, we got two Chelsea players representing Australia there, and then over in Oceania, so all the smaller Pacific nations there duking it out. Um, they're going through. I think there's one more match to play on Sunday at the time of recording here. But what do those standings look like?
Yeah, let's see. I'm looking at the scores more so because that's where all the
Yeah.
juicy details are. Um,
I mean, New Zealand with a 19 goals for, actually just 19 goal differential, man, they have been a lock.
yeah, yeah, 8-0 against Solomon Islands, 3-0 against American Samoa. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just absolutely dogging on everyone.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, they just wrapped up. So last game this weekend, and then they're free until April, where they'll continue the semifinal onward. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're vying for, I think it's two places in the expanded World Cup, and so I
yeah, I
think it's
think
like two places, and then like one team that goes into a interfederation like play-in or something like that. And then last but not least, over in Europe, uh, they are set to kick off. Last I checked, let's see. Yeah, so they actually just kicked off a few days ago. So 3rd of March, and yeah, looks like they're kicking off, doing the whole thing. So obviously Spain, the big favorite to remain atop the UEFA standings there. Obviously, also in a group with England, Iceland, and the Ukraine. Um, trying to see other groups here of note. France, Ireland, Netherlands, and Poland looks like a good group as well. So yeah, this is going to be a tough group as always to come out of. But I mean, anyway, it's going to be a lot of ball, man. It's going to be lots of ball.
yeah,
Obviously,
right.
the stakes are always up there as they prepare for World Cup qualifying and all that good stuff for next year in Brazil. But yeah, when we come back from our little break here, we're going to look at the Ladies League here at home, the NWSL. As we get ready for that season kicking off, we'll be talking about our favorite teams, obviously Houston Dash and San Diego Wave, and more. But hang tight, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And like mentioned before, we are talking NWSL. And what better way to kick things off than with talking about the fresh kits that dropped last week? I mean, bro, the article on the Athletic that showed all the kits, and I was just like, dude, the color. I mean, a lot of these teams, it looked like they went for it, and then
Mhm.
obviously there's a little bit there down at the bottom that's like, okay, you tried, but
Yeah.
um, damn man, it just looks good. It looks good. Are there any kits that like pop out to you, or like I know you're a Wave fan,
Yeah,
um,
the wave
but
away kit
like
is fire, of course. You know,
yeah,
the armbands and the collar bands with the multicolor stripe pattern was dope as fuck.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who else stood out. I had it open literally just a minute ago looking at them. Of course, your dash. You know, I think they did a better version of the Dynamo had the satellite view of the highways or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
had
yeah.
like a building, you know, kind of in the jersey. It looked a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so they did a better job. DC had a cool one, I think it was.
Yeah,
Well, Joe was
I
talking
think they
about.
had was it the Poppy kit or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
right. Poppy kit. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was like, it's got like flowers all over it, kind of. Yeah, that was cool. They
Mm-hmm.
cooked. I'm jealous, man. I want a fucking third kit, dude. All these teams have fire ass third kits, and Austin
Yep.
just can't get one, man. And all the NWSL teams that have three, I'm like, come on, it's our turn.
We'll get there, bro. We'll get
I know,
there.
I know.
Yeah. I think for me, man, if you look at the Casey Current and Temwa Chawinga's collaborated post on Instagram, it is one of the most like fire like uniform drops that I've ever seen. It's her with I'm trying to remember. I think it's Setnor and Labanta, and it's just like, bro, they are menacing. The current or the storm kit rather, it's just like
Yeah,
this like dark blue with like the turquoise accents of like the rivers and shit. And I was just like, "Whew, that's a fire one." I'll be honest, for a debut, like talking about Denver Summit, I feel like they kind of kept it a little bit more low key. It's very much like color blockish with kind of that cream, um, like body, like, or what do you call it, like torso
yep.
color. But then the sleeves have that nice like emerald green with the light blue trim. It's
Mhm.
nice, but I was expecting a little bit more. And I think my out there design is probably going to be the okay. I was toggling between Boston
I was gonna say Angel City's crazy.
and Angel City, but like Angel City, low key, I think the way LA soccer just, oh, not the Galaxy, but like
Mhm.
LAFC and Angel City specifically, they have laid claim to all things. What's that? Oh my gosh, the term for it's not Gothic, but it's, you know what I'm talking about. It's the deco, that
Deco,
deco
yeah, yeah,
styling. It's
yeah.
just like they know how to work that into some expensive ass kits, and so it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. So if you had to rank, I don't know, your top two, three, we'll call them three. Go ahead and give
I
us your
think
three, man.
looking at like full suites of jerseys, right? Because so many of the teams have three now, and
Mm-hmm.
um, a lot of teams are being very ambitious with the differences. I think, of course, the wave, right? Just because the way, like the little wave patterns, the sunrise sunset patterns, the use of color is obviously fire. It's a big reason
Yeah, the
why
fire or the
the
color is awesome.
branding is exactly. Um, I like. I don't think the home kit and the away kit are that dope, but the third kit for Gotham with the Statue of Liberty, with like
Mm-hmm.
the neon like diagonal striping throughout, and the Statue of Liberty's face, that goes pretty undoubtedly hard.
Yeah,
Um, I'll tell you, my least favorite duo is the Boston duo. That green is just so nasty. Like the home kit looks that with the full green with just like black sleeve cuffs
yeah,
and collar. It looks like an EA FC generic kit, and I hate that color green on a field like that.
yeah.
I was very surprised to see that was their branding when they came out with it. It's like, ugh, why,
Right.
what is that? Why is that? How is that Boston? Ugh. Like, I
Yeah.
don't get it. So, I mean, it's adjacent enough to like the Celtic green, I guess, but I don't know. I just
True,
think it's
true. I dig it. I dig it. So yeah, I think for me, man, I got to go with the Dash because they actually made it work with the elements of like Bayou City and all that stuff
yeah,
in there, and a little bit of that paisley and floral. It works. It works.
yep.
And so I've got that, and then honestly, dude, I feel like we haven't really said this name a whole lot, but going to be interested to see how they play this season. But Chicago Stars, for a fan of like the vert stripes, right, and the detailing, like I don't know, I like their kit. It's got that alternating light blue with the white stripe, with the red accent.
Right.
It's a clean vibe. I like it. So that's probably going to be number 2. And I know I was just talking about the current one, but do I want to put it up there, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna put it up there. I feel like the Storm kit's got to be third because it's that gas.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be good, dude. So anyway, enough talking about expensive ass kits. Let's talk a little bit about our favorite teams in the leagues before talking about the opening kickoff next Friday. So I know you're a Wave fan, like you mentioned before. So talk to us a little bit about what's been going down over in San Diego.
There's been a lot of turnover, man. Um, a lot of big names left for the team,
Mm-hmm.
but they brought a lot of big names in, or they've brought a few big names, and they're looking to bring one more big name from a familiar club for us. So,
Yeah.
um, the pedigree of the team still stands true. So I'll start first. They re-signed Kenza Dali, the French national team star, to a
Mm-hmm.
contract extension. So she's staying and carrying the core of this attack moving forward. They
Yeah.
kept um, Melanie and Kimmy, the two young midfielders that came out of nowhere early in the season. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's Asensio and Berlenas or something like that. I can't remember the last name.
Melanie Barcenas.
Barcenas, thank you.
Yeah.
They kept the two of them around, and I'd imagine they'll get more opportunity. Um,
Yeah.
their goalkeeper room looks a little thin now because they did lose Sheridan, who was their starter the last couple
Mm-hmm.
of years. They still have Didi around, who's I think like the longest tenured player on the team.
Yeah.
So and she's a household name in NWSL and has a solid enough pedigree, but it was a big loss to lose Sheridan. Um, and they lost. I mean, they lost a couple big names to them. So Sheridan in goal. They lost McCaskill in the midfield. They lost Lundqvist as well, and then the big name that was kind of a I don't know if it was a sour end, but I think from a contract and from like a getting your values worth out of opportunity and a big name, it
Mm-hmm.
was sad to see that the Wave and Cascarino mutually agreed to part ways.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
and I don't think she's signed with the team anywhere yet, if I'm not mistaken. She's still a free agent. She hasn't gone back to Europe. She hasn't gone
Mm-hmm.
elsewhere in NWSL. Um, and so I'm curious to see what happens with her. But that was a huge loss for the team um, to lose her. But on the flip side, they brought in a number of NWSL vets, names that NWSL contributors, names that are familiar. Kiki
For sure.
Pickett, Ludmilla, right,
Mm-hmm.
from Brazil. They got a couple other French players to build out the roster and make up some of those deeper spots. But the big news is the rumor that Chelsea's own Kat Macario is signing with San Diego Wave. She made it known she wants to go to NWSL
Mm-hmm.
after a long injury stint in Europe. She made her return at the end of last season and was getting starts and contributing. So San Diego Wave seems to have won the sweepstake. There hasn't been an update in a couple weeks, but as of
Yeah.
like the second to last and last week of February, it was all but announced that she was going to San Diego Wave. So that's a huge win. There's a few different publications and podcasts out there that were really frustrated that it's San Diego Wave winning that and not their team that bid for Macario. So I think that'll be huge for them. And yeah,
Hell
there's
yeah.
some turnover, but same coaching staff, same general core. They replaced some of the players out with some solid players in.
For
So
sure.
there's still high hopes and expectations for the club.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember where they ended last season. I think they were able to just get into that playoff
Yeah, they
lot
fell.
like
They fell
last
pretty
season.
hard after in the second half of the season. I think they ended up
Mhm.
seventh, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
or was it sixth or seventh near the end of the
Yeah.
playoff. And yeah, so there's high expectations though this year.
Yeah. I think they can definitely kind of make their way just above that line. I know talking about the playoffs is always it's a fool's errand as a Houston Dash fan. As
Yeah,
many Dash fans will note, absent the 2020 Challenge Cup year and then the 22 playoff appearance under Juan Carlos Emeros, it's like beyond that, man, it's just been all elusive. But I think the big headline for the Dash has been the fact that majority owner Ted Siegel is actually looking to sell the team again. And so, what's interesting about that is around this time last year, it was in the news that Ted was looking to sell to young Chinese investor Richard Hisao. And my understanding after reading into it was that, like, obviously the team would still stay in Houston. I think there would be more infrastructure being built around the Dash specifically. Um, so just by that account, it seems like something that I feel like most Dash fans would be in favor of. I think there was a little bit of a pause hit there because the league did some due diligence, right? And so I think those talks have stalled with that investor, but are still in the process of looking for another buyer. And so it's just interesting because for all the time that the Dash have been around, I think they're valued at what, 74 million when most NWSL franchises are above 100. It's one of those things where they desperately need to have some new life injected into them. Um, and so, because of all that, for that to be the main talking point right now, even just today, it was shared that they've signed a new defender who was training with them from the Coachella Valley Invitational, the same one that Austin FC went out and did their preseason with. And so that's a University of Georgia graduate there. And so a lot of young talent coming into the Dash here. They did re-sign Avery Patterson, who is like the lone stand. I don't want to say lone standout because they do have. Oh my gosh, Golden Diadoras. Why can I not remember anyone's name today?
I'm in the same boat.
Um,
Long days, long days.
Paige Nielsen. Wow, yes, you're right. Long days indeed. But all that to say is extending, Avery Patterson, who is a regular with this U.S. women's national team now, can only be a good thing. They still have Yasmin Ryan up there in the front, and so like this feels like a team that started to kind of find their form in the final third of the season. They couldn't quite get out of their own way in the early parts of the NWSL season, but I mean, I'm hoping that second year head coach at the helm. I don't know, man. It feels like this could. What am I saying, bro? It could be the year, but
Yeah, yeah,
it
that's fair.
also it's
I
just
mean, you're not making it up, right? That whole final third of the season, we were like, oh shit, they're just a couple points back now, and like it was
yeah,
two steps forward, one step back every week,
yeah.
where it's like, oh, they're if they win this game, they jump into the playoff, and then they lose pretty
Mm-hmm.
handily, like damn it, and then they win the next game to tease you again.
Yeah.
So they were on the cusp. They were very close to making that comeback and just kind of
Yeah, because I'm remembering now they like upset Casey Current
yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever it was,
Yeah,
right? So it was like,
they went out.
damn, they could do that. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
But such as being a Dash fan, it is what it is, man. I love them to death. Dash the fuck on. And so I know, if I'm not mistaken, Dash play the Wave
I was gonna say,
to,
yeah, so that was a
to
perfect way
kick
to
things
close it
off.
out. Opening game for both teams facing
Hell
off.
yeah,
Are
man.
they at San Diego? Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, March
So
14th.
down at Snapdragon, man, it's going to be a good one. And I know before that, though, the NWSL will actually kick off Friday. Before that, on the 13th, someone's getting married that day.
It's me.
Might be you. And so, yeah. 7 p.m. Washington Spirit kickoff against Portland Thorns over at Audi Field. Should be a good one. Two big teams. But it's going to be good, man. We got two new teams in the league with Boston Legacy and Denver Summit. Excited to see how that's going to roll out. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good time. Is there anything else you want to add about the NWSL before we head over to stoppage? Or
we'll be having watch parties at one point or another.
hell yeah, dude.
And we'll have the game on, Paul, on March 13th or March 14th. We'll put the game on. Don't worry. So
good, man. I got to see Trinity Rodman just absolutely go trend spin on some girls, but it is what it is.
We'll put it on.
Hell yeah, dude. Word. Well, let's get into stoppage. And keeping on with the NWSL wave, we have the league collaborating with the Black Women's Player Collective and Round 21 and Cross Colors to drop what I have discovered. I didn't know this was a thing, but a merch capsule, because I don't be online shopping like that. But yeah, they got a really cool little merch capsule. It's like a hoodie, a jacket. They got a shirt. Whole thing benefiting the Black Women's Player Collective, Round 21 and Cross Colors. Yeah. Seems cool.
I'll say they have a crew sweater of that. It's just all black, and then a chromed out decal version, like 3D decal of the NWSL logo on the chest in like a pentagonal shape. That shit looks hard as fuck.
Hell yeah.
It has that shine to it. Like it has like a shine on the corners too. So you see it's like shiny, chromed out, 3D graphic on it. It looks dope.
Hot.
Yeah, it's a cool drop. In Round 21, they've been doing stuff for a while. They collab with NBA during the All-Star weekend. Like this is a legit collaboration for NWSL that bodes well for, and I'm sure people bought it. So.
Yeah. I know, because I think they started actually earlier in February, but it was one of those things where I just happened to catch it, and it was like ending out, Black History Month strong, heading into International Women's Month. So let's fucking get it. Makes sense to me, man. I like it. Looking over in Atlanta, that NWSL expansion team, which kicks off next year, inks a $28 million deal with Aflac for the front of jersey sponsor. It's the biggest in NWSL history, over 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. So, damn.
Yeah, that's a big deal. It's $4 million a year for the rights,
right.
which is huge when you start looking at the future of what the roster rules might be and the high end talent you're able to bring in. Like that's multiple $1 million plus salaries right there.
Yep.
Just every year for 7 years, that can sustain a high level team for a while. So
hell yeah, especially with the future of U.S. soccer, men's and women's, being out that way. That's going to be a hot market for women's soccer. That's going to be awesome. You're wearing this color, burnt orange, making it to our stoppage points. UT women's basketball went top of the NCAA rankings this week and are the third seed in the SEC tournament. Talk to us a little bit about that, G.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you're a longtime follower of UT sports, the couple things you can count on are the success of the women's side of the game. You got basketball. They've been cooking since I was 5. I grew up going to the women's games.
Yeah,
they go hard. You're guaranteed high quality and successful basketball. You got soccer, you got softball, you got volleyball. I mean, all these teams consistently excel. So if you're a UT fan and you want success, you know where to look. It may not be the biggest ticket item to go to, but you always have a seat. You always have diehard fans, and you always see winning. So,
hell yeah.
Say that. It's come to be the reality and the expectation that the women's game will carry the success year in and year out while the men's game figures it out. So,
hell yeah, dude. I love it. Yeah, it's always cool to see, man. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they made it pretty far into last year's NCAA dance, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, I think
they always do. They always do.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, shit. Hopefully this is the year that they get it, bro.
I know.
I want it. Looking back over to Austin FC land, as of recording, Austin FC just announced the Leagues Cup slate of opponents that Austin will be hosting here at Q2. when the Leagues Cup happens, and those opponents are Juarez, Puebla, and some small team called America.
Never heard of them.
Never, bro.
Never. We should all be familiar with Juarez. 2023, we faced off against them in the group stage of Leagues Cup and got absolutely shit on.
Yeah, that was not a fun game.
No, they
No.
had a cool logo though, cool green and red vibe. So that's
Yeah. It's a very
that was a bad game.
Yeah, it's a very like an EAFC kind of like generic logo kind of,
Yeah, great.
But
But
yeah, Puebla not bad. America is kind of down in the dumps right now, so
they
I think
just lost Juarez themselves yesterday in League
boom,
Play.
baby.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. On the MLS side of things, we have Orlando City losing back-to-back home games, dropping a 2-goal lead to Miami. No thanks to Messi.
No thanks to Messi. Yeah, Messi cooked.
Yeah, he did. Damn.
He's going to make sure that he wins MVP again and does his thing. It is what it is.
Yeah. Did you see that picture of all the Orlando City fans just giving them the bird, and he's doing his little
I don't think I did,
celly?
but I love that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one actually. I would definitely love to be in the crowd, just dumping all of my fingers at down that little 5'4" man's throat, but not my goat, bro. I'm kidding. Last but not least, my goat for sure, Chelsea bounced back from the loss at Arsenal. Why'd you have to say it like that, bro? Dismantling Aston Villa 4-1. You love to see it, bro. João Pedro.
You're the one that brought it up. Yeah, I mean that's it right. That was João Pedro with the hat trick, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Carrying us. Yeah, it was I didn't get to watch it live, but I was following the text thread, and just immediately like kickoff starts, and then 2 minutes later, it's like, man, I don't want to watch this anymore. And I'm like, tough. And then I just see back to back photos of Lojo throughout the day hitting the João Pedro
right,
across the face, and I was like, oh, there we go, and check the score. I was like, oh, I'd love to see it. So yeah, that's good soccer right there.
Gary always will be, man.
Dunked on his boys.
That's it, man. Well, just wanted to close out by saying we appreciate y'all kicking it with us on this episode of the Verdependent podcast. I'm Paul Fletes. You can catch me on Twitter at PaulAndrewFC. That's a government name.
And I'm Logan Bartlett. You can find me online at LobarVHLM.
And keep the chatter going online by following at the Verdependent on socials. And if you can, as always, consider leaving a review, like, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. That's an episode, y'all. Peace.
Oh, why are you screaming at me?
Oh, my God.